Call the meeting to order for Thursday, December 19th. Roll call, please.
Mr. Martin?
Here.
Mr. Spence?
Here.
Dr. Ross?
Here.
Administrator?
Present.
Mayor?
Here.
Solicitor is absent. Fiscal officer is present. Mr. Merriman's absent. Mr. Maturin?
Here.
And Mr. Dakenthal.
Here.
Everyone, please stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
How are you?
Motion to approve the minutes from our December 5th meeting.
5 minutes ago.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Maturin?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenthal.
Yay.
Is there anyone who'd like to speak before council tonight? Please come forward.
Hello, I'm Justine Vanderpool. I live on Meadow Road, and the parking there is kind of crappy. There's one car that has a flat tire and has been there for months, and I have to hit a pothole to avoid hitting this car. And most of the houses there have driveways, so if there's something that we could do to get them like off the street, I would appreciate it.
First of all, the car with a flat tire, we'll have the chief look at that. The car should not be there if it's not movable. There are ordinances in the village on what side of the street you can park on. So there's one of those sides they are allowed to park. Unfortunately, unless there's a snow issue occurring, then all cars have to be off the street, okay? But a car that can't be moved, with a flat or whatever, you know what I mean, that will be addressed. If they're parking on the wrong side of the street, we can address that as well. But I can't keep them from parking on the street, if it's legal on the left or right side. I'm not sure which side you're referring to or how far down we are.
They park on both sides, so it makes
Well, you
it
can't be on both.
difficult.
Again, I hear you, and then we'll take care of that. I'm just saying, there is one side, I don't know, Meadow, which side they're allowed, but there is one side they are allowed. If they're parked on the other, we'll make sure that's taken care of immediately.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
all right, thanks for bringing it to our attention.
The pothole she's talking about is about halfway down on the right, and it is,
Is it in the dip or on top?
no, it's before the dip. It's on that straight stretch on up,
Okay. On,
on the right-hand
as you're going
side,
to the cul-de-sac?
going to the cul-de-sac.
All right.
Okay. Does that car have West Virginia plates by chance?
No, my car's all the way at the other end of that.
Is there anyone else who'd like to speak before council tonight? Chief, can you come forward, please?
Evening, Chief Fowler here. I have two gentlemen with me, Jacob McGinnis and George Anderson, who swore in earlier as auxiliary officers. For ordinance, again, wanted to bring them up in front of council for your approval. Jake is a 2007 graduate at Indian Creek High School, 2018 graduate of the Police Academy at Eastern Gateway, and has been working since August of last year full-time in the Bel Air Police Department. George attended Wellsville High School, and he's a graduate of 214, a 2019 graduate of the Police Academy at Eastern Gateway, and he is currently employed part-time at the Salineville Police Department. Both officers will start auxiliary, and providing they do a good job, they will move up the ranks to part-time. Then how we try to do things is if we can hire from within, we will, and we'll go from there.
You say you worked at Bel Air Police
Yes.
Department? Okay.
Motion to approve both officers, please.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions?
What was George's last name again?
Anderson.
Welcome aboard, guys.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Maturin?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenthal.
Yay.
Thank you.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have ordinance number 2019-22, an ordinance to approve temporary appropriations for fiscal year 2020. That's a second read. Motion being in order to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Maturin?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenthal.
Yay.
Motion to approve ordinance number 2019-22. I'm sorry, third read. Ordinance number 2019-22, an ordinance to approve temporary appropriations for fiscal year 2020. Motion to approve ordinance number 2019-22.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkop?
Yay.
Thank you. Ordinance number 2019-23, an ordinance providing pay raise for village employees effective on the first pay of 2020. That's a second read. Motion be to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkop?
Yay.
Ordinance number 2019-23, the third read, an ordinance providing for pay raises for village employees effective on the first pay of 2020. Motion be in order to approve ordinance number 2019-23. 2019-23.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkop?
Yay.
Thank you. Ordinance number 2019-24, second read. An ordinance amending sections 113.5, 1315.01A, 1, 1315.01B, and 1321.02B of the codified ordinances, whereas the village has entered a building code under Part 13 in codified ordinances. Motion be ordered to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkop?
Yay.
Ordinance number 2019-24, third read, an ordinance amending sections 1315.01A1, 1315.01B, and 1321.02B of the codified ordinances. Motion be in order to approve ordinance number 2019-24.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkop?
Yay.
Thank you. Again, a reminder, Christmas Light Up Contest this weekend, December 21st to 22nd. You'll look in your packet, you should have a list of all the winners from 2012 through 2018. We ask that you please do not submit any winners that have won in the last 3 years. So give all these others a chance to win. So again, the list has been provided for you.
3 places,
Pardon?
3 places on that, 3 submissions?
Again, everybody gets one, so what I really would like is your top 6. That way, in case there's duplicates, we can, at least have 6. Appreciate that. Again, reminder, sanitation schedule for Christmas and New Year's Eve. The Tuesday schedule we picked up on Monday, and the Wednesday will be picked up on Tuesdays for the next 2 weeks. Reminder, swearing in of council and the mayor will be on December 31st here in the village offices at noon. Administrator.
First item, Knowles 2 update. There's approximately 50% of the pipe installed, probably a little more than that now. Mr. Martin, the contractor will not be working next week. I'm not sure about the week of New Year's, but I will speak to him about what we talked about and make sure someone gets out of the ditch and tries to assist somehow to get traffic around. They may be done with the Knowles here, or with Locust anyhow, fairly quick, and then move on down to
Listen, it's a tough
Walnut.
situation. I mean, we have this, and we need to do what we can to help these residents not make it worse for them. It's a bad situation. So, I mean, even if he has to hire someone else just that sits down on those ends, then he has to do it. I mean, especially it's only a temporary time frame. We get these types of calls and these types of issues every time we go through a major project where we're destroying the entire road. It's unfortunate, but that being said, people need their medicines. There's a large contingent of senior citizens that happen to be on that road. And, the last thing we need is
Still
them
need to let us know.
to be upset. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
We'll work with them again on it.
So again, I think we know of the few of the homes that are over there that are major issues, you know what I mean? So if we can alert, like Mr. Martin, if we have an idea of who needs to come, then maybe that could help too, to look out for those types of people. If we know if it's a certain drug delivery or whatever, but again, it's a tough situation all around. Let's do our best to help them out.
Okay. Second item, the superload schedule has been revised to now all after the first of the year, the 5th, the 12th, and the 19th. And again, that'll be weather permitting. The Fernwood paving project is approved. It's a $109,000 grant. The total project cost is about $223,000. It's Fernwood in the back part of Luray. So that'll be bid next spring, and hopefully we'll get both of our projects done, paving projects done next year. Last item I have is requesting council's permission, as we have in the past, to get $25 gift cards for all the employees, as we normally have. And then additionally, we are not going to have the Christmas Eve luncheon this year as we have in the past, and I'd like to get council approval, all the employees, like an additional $25 gift card from Kroger, so they can use it for a ham or groceries or baked goods, whatever they would need for the Christmas holidays for their families.
Motion be in order.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions?
Is this extra 25, is that in place of not having the party?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll get 2 cards.
Yes.
Correct.
And again, I mean, we go into detail if you wish about the party, but I think being it would be the 24th, people ought to be home with their families, and they like the party, but I think they also would rather be home. So I appreciate that. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkamp?
Yay.
Okay, nothing on unfinished business. New business, Mr. Dagenkamp.
Yeah, just a few things. Tonight's my last evening to serve with all of you. 3 years ago, you took a chance after Mr. Bottorff resigned, and I appreciate the opportunity to serve with all of you, to the administrator, to the mayor, to everybody in council and the office staff, to all departments. It's been a pleasure working with you. Ms. Dameron, I wish you the best of luck to keep this village moving in the right direction. Congratulations on a great race. I don't plan on going far, and in a couple years, I look to be back in this same position. So thank you all.
Thank you. Mr. Mattern.
A couple things. And first, it's been nice working with you the past couple of years too, Brad. Appreciate the efforts you have put forth. A lot of things you don't see we do behind closed doors, and there's meetings, and there's a lot of effort that is put into this job, not just Thursdays, every other Thursdays at 7 o'clock. And Brad was always there. So, it's congratulations on coming back here in a couple of years. I did want to follow up with Justine. We've had on Meadow Road concern about parking brought up before council before on this, and it's difficult. It's difficult on that road. That pothole was just developed probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago, maybe, and we're on alert to get that patched over there. But we definitely need to get things in line. It's also a good opportunity, Walt, to remind people what that snow rule is. If you have a snow rule, it doesn't matter. You could rehash that on your...
Well, again, I'm glad you bring that up again, because I really wanted to talk about it tonight and forgot about it. Sorry, I have this head cold and I'm not with it as well as I should be. But the other day, we had the first snow that came in about 2 o'clock in the morning, okay? Which unfortunately, I had the unfortunate pleasures of being out in it. And our roads were terrible, okay? And I actually came close to hitting a car that was parked that shouldn't have been on the road. And I told the chief, we go through this every year. I told him, it is time that we start ticketing people. Okay, the being nice approach is just not working. So I think if they get a couple $100 fines, you know what I mean, this will rectify itself. It is not fair to our employees that are out working in this. It's unsafe for them. It's unsafe for any residents that have to travel trying to get home. And there's been an ordinance, you are not allowed to be on the street during a snow issue, whatever that be. And we all need to be alert to what's going on. But be prepared, because people are going to start getting tickets. They used to give warnings, and It's just, we go through this every year. So they will be ticketed, and they will have to come up here and plead their case in front of the judge. I'm done with this, okay? Because it's just not right. I mean, I got guys out there that, I mean, these vehicles that have this salt, they're heavy. You know what I mean? They put their lives at risk, you know, and we don't need that property there. You know, you're driving down the road and you have the whole road to yourself if something happens. But when the cars are on the road, you only got about half of it, okay? And it's very unsafe, and we tried to be nice for the years, but just so you're aware, they will be getting ticketed.
I agree with those efforts, proper enforcement and additional awareness by every individual, not only just on Meadow. You know, I live all the way back here by the cul-de-sac, and sometimes coming home at night, 6 o'clock at night, it is like a serpentine. You understand that, you know, it is limited space on there, but they just got to tighten it up, especially during the winter. I agree with Justine. That pothole, you know, it's a matter of getting it, you know, when can you
Well,
get
it's
stuff
sad. I
on
mean,
in,
unfortunately,
yeah.
again,
We just
it's
got
been there
some-
for 4 weeks. That's
Yeah.
sad.
We just
I wish
got
we'd
some
have known
cold
about it.
mix in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
Again,
use
we
on
have those
hot
holes, and you
patches,
know
so-
about them. You need to call the administrator,
Yeah.
and we'll get it fixed.
Yep.
We purchased that machine that'll make cold patch hot.
Yep.
So we've used it last year, and it was very effective, and we weren't doing the same holes over and over. We have that machine, we want to use it.
Yep. Last thing I had to bring on up is, you know, been here for 14 years myself and on the finance committee. And over the years, you know, that finance committee, when you do with the budget and appropriations, we passed a couple ordinances today, resolutions today. Man, it could be complicated, it could be frustrating, it could be confusing and concerning. But over the years, it has gotten easier with a little bit of experience, but also from the administration and from the police chief. They come forth with reasonable requests and expectations. They understand our constraints. We don't have millions of dollars here at the Village of Wintersville. But they come with reasonable requests, and they come prepared, and it has made the budgetary process a little bit more friendly for those on the committee. So hats off to the chief, the administration, and it's good to move forward with a proper and solid budget. Other than that, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Ms. Jean Angel,
Nothing, sir.
Dr. Ross,
No new business.
Mr. Spence.
Just want to thank Brad for your service, Justine for voicing your opinion. We need more people here like you to come to our meetings, and wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Mr. Martin.
Yeah, I got a couple things, but I want to start off with Brad, you know, serving the years he served. I know Brad when he was a little kid, you know, when he used to be with the band up there, and his dad, the band, one assistant band director. So me and him go way back, and Brad, I appreciate the job you've done here, you know, and I know where you're involved in other community with the chamber, you know, ambassador there. So I mean, your heart's in the right place, and you know, I know you said in a couple of years you tend on being back here, you know. So you know, obviously you know got ideas of what you're going to do, but also if there's anything that we can have open and you want to be a participant of it, I'm sure we can find a place for you.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so thank you again, and good luck in the future, whatever you're going to do, and that's all I have on that.
Thank you.
And as far as, you know, for the administration, I mean, I want to echo what Mr. Madden was talking about. We had a pretty good, great year, you know, and as far as, you know, keeping our finances and things in order, and then, you know, without Walt, with all the grants and things that he does for us, you know, that's something that nobody sees, but we know what's happening with that, and we know his services is expeditionally overwhelming when you're in a battle with other entities trying to get that kind of money. You know, trying to get that kind of money is not easy, but, you know, he's well vested in that. You know, I'm not trying to toot nobody's horn, but I'm just showing appreciation because I know where we would be at with these streets and the things that we couldn't get done if it wasn't for that. You know, with the direction of the mayor and him working together, You know, it makes things a lot easier, and then you got a cooperative council working together. It takes a lot, like Mr. Mattern saying, it takes a lot of things you don't see, a lot of arguing that goes on behind closed doors before you get up here, because we try to keep it decent for the residents of this village, so so that we don't be an embarrassment to them. So, you know, other than that, I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and welcoming Mrs. Gail to come along council here in about a couple weeks. Wishing work with her, and I think everybody, and you, Mr. Lockhart. I want to tip my hat to you, because you do a lot of stuff for us, with the BHJ, with the Still Valley Transit. You keep us informed what's going on in the valley, so I appreciate that too. So I gave all my, thank yous to everybody, and Mayor's back to you. I don't want to miss nobody. I know how that is. You hurt feelings, and not to miss you either, Denise. I know we couldn't be right without you either, because you got the money. All right, I'm done.
Thank you.
Okay.
Motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Deacon?
Yay.
Thank you. First of all, I want to wish everyone out there a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Again, I think it's a good time for family, a good time to reflect on the past and look into the future. I just ask everybody, somebody has it worse than you out there. So if you get a chance, try to help somebody out, go to a nursing home, do something. Try to do something different this year. And think about those that are less fortunate. Again, it's not all about gifts, and it's about togethership and friendship, and try and help somebody out that really could use a hand. Brad, I didn't forget about you. All right, I wanted to close the meeting and talking about you. 3 years ago, you applied for this position when Mr. Bottorff left, and there were a couple candidates, okay, and you were chosen, okay, and there were some questions on, those that ran, that tried to get it, and the pros and cons. You have outdone, I believe, what we thought you could give us. You've done above and beyond what you could have done in the last 3 years. I thank you for your professionalism. I thank you for your work ethic. And I think most of all, I made a friend, okay? I made another friend, and I think that's really what this is about. It's about us moving this village forward to the best it can be, and try to make friendships along the way, because life is short, okay? And I think there's no doubt you put your mind to it and effort based on your past, what you've done, what you've really, with this village, which people don't realize, because one thing we don't do, which I don't like doing, I don't like us patting ourselves on the back, touting what we do, because you know what? That's not what it's about. It's about making things better and getting it done, and being on the sideline when people don't know we did it. Okay, that's really what it's about, and I think you've amplified that for the last 3 years. Unfortunately, the thing about politics, good people lose, okay? But good people win, you know what I mean? It's not about winning or losing, it's just about it's a different chapter in life. And, I think Mrs. Dameron's gonna be an excellent council person. I think she'll fill in for Mrs. Foreman greatly. I think Dr. Ross, in the few months he's been here, has done a great job. You were an asset, you're gonna be missed, but it's like anything. You know what? This village will continue, unfortunately, which is good. Yep. And someday my day will be over, okay? And someone will sit in this chair, and someday all of our days will be over, okay? And all we can ask is that when we leave this seat, that we left this village better than when we sat in it. And I can tell you for a fact you have. And thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to say one quick thing. Well, at least we'll have somebody over to keep Mattern in line when you leave. All right.
So here goes the fighting outside.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, thank you, meeting adjourned.